Because I had an interesting user experience between Stack Overflow and ChatGPT, right? So I have this question that I want to programmatically create an audio file and insert it in Excel using JavaScript, right? I have this application where you have lessons, and in those lessons, an instructor assigns tasks to students. One of those tasks could be a speaking activity, and that speaking activity could be for the student to talk for a few minutes, right? And so with an activity like that, I would want the instructor to be able to judge whether how that student did on that speaking assignment, because this is after all, it's a language teaching app, right? That's what I'm making. So a student would come here, they would click on this, and they would start speaking, and they would save it. And they would do the same for another assignment, another picture, give a description, and then just submit that, right? Now, I need to figure out how to make the instructor test the student's work. Because right now I don't have any particular interface, and the data is just getting those answers, right? And those answers kind of include the user speaking, but those are the forms of blobs, right? That's what I'm storing on the back end, right? So I'm like thinking, should I make an Excel file for my instructor, right? And let them test, or let them test the students' speaking capabilities through that. Yeah, and I was hoping that the Excel file would have the users, the students' answers and audio files, right? So now the question is, how can I programmatically create audio files using JavaScript, right? And so I search it, and I'm not really seeing an answer, right? And I'm using Sheet.js to kind of dabble with Excel using JavaScript, right? And it's doing the job. But I'm not seeing the answer to my question is can I insert audio file, right? Because a task that can be done manually is definitely something that can be done programmatically, right? At this point, I'm like, I don't have the answer, so let's ask the people over Stack Overflow. So I post my question, and you know how Stack Overflow is. I got downvoted, and to my question, I get this helpful comment that you forgot to post your attempt, which is a bit problematic. I can see how this person might have been, what they might have been intending to say, like, we would like you to make an effort as well. But, I think in this question, uh, I don't have that necessary knowledge to be able to assess whether the approach I'm taking is that right or not. So with an experience like this, I decided to try ChatGPT for the first time as a programmer, right? People have been using it, they've been talking about it. Me, not so much, right? I'm like, I don't need to use ChatGPT. I like to programmatically I like to search those questions myself and type them by my hand, because, you know, I'm still early in my career, and I need to I need to rely on myself, kind of like that. Yeah, do it myself, write it down myself, search it myself. And in this case, I try to see whether ChatGPT is, you know, is it useful compared to Stack Overflow. I keep saying Slack Overflow for some reason. After all, it's been losing traffic, right? And lo and behold, asking it that question, it gave me what I wanted. It gave me what I was missing in knowledge. The knowledge I was expecting to hear from a human being, right? And the summary of this is that you can create only metadata. It like Excel is for more tabular data. You could put in more graphical data and plots, but putting something like audio files, not so much, right? So it says this, so I kind of follow it up with another question. So a sound file cannot be inserted into Excel programmatically. And it says this, that, you and I both know that it is a doable task. If we wanted, we could definitely find a way, because like I said, if it can be manually done, it can be done programmatically as well. But from what answer I got, it answered my question, right? And it even went so far as to suggest a solution that I could just link to the audio file, right? I was hoping I could actually take the metadata and insert it into the Excel file, but this gave me another approach. I have that data hosted somewhere, perhaps use my own backend, make a public API. So when I click on that link, it can simply download that particular student's audio file. So not only did it fill the gap I had, that the task I wanted done, that might not be possible with what's out there, but here is what's possible, and you could do that using this. For me, I might prefer to create a web page where the instructor can see those answers, right? But as for using the Excel file, I also got a solution. And now I can assess whether which of these approach I should take for my client. And this is my first experience with ChatGPT, and I'm truly amazed at this. Compare that with the help I got from this website, who somehow seems to not encourage asking questions. I don't know. I'm sure people have good intent. Sometimes it feels like these bards don't really, they're trying to they're trying to follow rules without really understanding the spirit of things. So that was my experience. I am truly amazed at this. Truly amazed at this. I don't know how. I don't know what else I'm going to do with this. I'm amazed that I have free access to this. Truly, truly amazed.